Hi guys, it's Kylie again coming to talk to you guys again today. Today is September 2nd, 2020. I wanted to come in again and share some topics with you guys. I know this is just episode 2, there's many more that is coming. I'm trying to pinpoint, condense it so it's more understandable to understand the process and how it may work for some. Like I always say, my experiences and what I know may be different from what you've gone through or know and whatnot. But I just hope that there's an open mind. I'm doing this for the ones that may have gone through what I gone through or is going through what I went through. And I wanted to shed light and let you know, inform me of how I dealt with it and what the case was and whatnot. So we're gonna touch on some bases tonight. I mean, some topics tonight, and go over the topics that I have in mind. So, I know that a lot of probably you've heard from a lot of shamans, and everyone's different. Lots of psychic mediums have their different probably experiences and whatnot. So, like I said, this is based only on my experience. I wanted to share with you guys that the process, it's really something that is, you don't want to go through the process. And if you're like just at the new beginner, a seeker, it is very overwhelming to understand where do you go for help? What do you do to seek for the peace of mind of normalcy again? You feel like a shift in your whole dynamic, family dynamic, even circle dynamic that you've always been used to. It just goes away. All your life that you've been used to, it changes and drifts away from your normalcy life. So I shared in my other lives and sessions before my life already, so I'm not going to really pinpoint on that. But I do want to let you guys know that there's a process that I feel that I want all new seekers to know, and it's really I advise about spiritual being and spiritual health and understanding your soul and your spirit, because I feel like once you have that intact, you are so much more positive, you're so much more content, and you can be vibrant at any time. You can manifest, you can dream it and live it. You can be normal again, but in such a better view of life. So you become more content with yourself, with your spirit. We all live in a body, and we all think that the body is what we need to take care of, but spiritually inside there's a soul that we need to take care of as well. And so I wanted to help you guys with this process so you guys understand how to nurture that. So, my first topic is, to understand better if you are like a new beginner seeking, or if you're going through this process right now. That what I'm referring to is tholo có những cái quan niệm là nửa lo cho xia chọn ju na, okay, cho xia chọn ju lo li ne lu chol ne lu yi everything, okay, whole you lu neng I did not Gucci to name a law. Even before going Gucci ball, kind of like how to who name or name like Gucci. I only know how to work and come back home and whatnot. I thought that was a daily routine. You just work and make a better life for you and your family. So it's more kind of like a modern trying to be American lifestyle. And so you never really thought that this kind of stuff would come onto you. So I had to learn how to speak Hmong, and it's through my guides, what they said to me, how they speak it to me. And I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about that. So anyway, but back to the first class. The Cho Xie Chonju, I'm gonna tell you guys about that later, okay? The Cho Xie Chonju, Cho Tua Cho Yi, Cho Guthining Chak, Cho Podalo. You never know. It's gonna happen, okay? I'm just saying that there's a difference between Netu Kon Nejo Koning, Tenetu Zoning na. Tu Zoning no manu your law. Basically in American term, the pusher, the one that's gonna that is gonna make you not feel content anymore, feel depressed, lonely, sad, in pain. If you are the type that feels it physically, I'm sure that um, you may feel more low, more duo, more the, more they, more the whole. So it's like if you're the type that in the physical way, then you gotta understand that you probably be like many questions you might ask yourself, saying like my clients they say if it's just my guides and they're just trying to help me and become a better person so I can help others, why are they the ones hurting me and making me feel like that? There's a difference between that. That is your Huning, Judge Jaina, they will not want to do that to hurt you, but it's Dun Zong Ning that is the one that pushes you and puts you in that place of feeling and pain and misery. I would say because you're of course, if you don't feel depressed, you're on the go, you're happy, you're whatever, and you're not in pain in any way. Of course, you will show and one day and wake up in the morning and just be like, oh no one's gonna do that. If we don't have the zong neng too, that lo trong pe cho pe thia li pe lu shelu jura ke bây chỉ mua họ cái xã muốn thia cái ba hay tiểu gia của họ feeling on it, like just the same thing as any religion, any spiritual relief or whatnot. If you're content, most people like if they have everything in their life that they probably want, the last thing that they will want to focus on is trying to have faith in anything, because they say they're probably going to be like, I got this, I made my life by myself, I am my own world, I move mountains by myself. And you probably, me, we have maybe met a few people like that in our lives where they're like, I did this myself, I'm all good, I don't need anybody, because they're content and materialistically wise. They are not materialistically wise, but like the norm wise of the American dream, or whatever you call it, of the life dream, human dream. So then, it's not me or you to tell anyone that their goals in life as a human coming into this planet, that we are gonna just like who set the standards to us that we're going to just get married, have kids, and have a happy home, and just have a good job, and just live, grow old, and die. Who made that standard? But along the way, people don't just do that standard. We have our children that we have to be open to, that may be gender crisis, where they feel like even though they're a man or a woman, they feel like they're the other. We have to support that. We have to nurture that. So along the way, life doesn't throw us the way we plan it to. So there's no standard of you living your life and me living my life that I would have to be 10 times perfect to be your friend, or just like you, or live a life like that, or whatever. So what I'm saying out of all this is, the norm of what you ever thought that you would just live, get married, and work for changes. Your whole dynamic changes. Your whole circle will change too. The reason why I say that is, if you're a single person, you're not married, they would make you feel that like already. If you're starting to rise, they would make you feel like you are not complete in some way. You have to find meditation, yoga, spiritual well-being, some kind of aromatherapy, some kind of assistance to your well-being, not more so just working, making money, and living, right? So you start to have these wants to build your strength, your serenity, and your peace. If you're kind of like the single kind of person, people like that, you will start to do that, where you would start feeling detached from your even that your families doesn't understand you, your friends don't, that you may be like the perfect smiley person to them in your friends' eyes, but inside you're dying because you don't feel attached to them because you're experiencing a traumatic sense of feeling inside of you that no one understands. So a lot of single people kind of go through that, but if you are not like that and you're already married, which I feel like spirit guides, Lỡ usually lo thầu you in your lo jo lo morning jo thì she ít cho lỡ lo xưa ít cho lỡ thì chúng morning lo nên nó lỡ yên mò lỡ yên bỏ lỡ yên feel đi lỡ na cho yên mua mình nhỏ giàu that usually does not okay. So I'm just speaking about majority, but there's those minority cases that rise before they have a family and whatnot, but khó cho siết chọn chữ cho chúa cho yi có you lo chinh nên you lo vậy thôi nên tới lui là lý chữ gì là ba you to king the ba luôn lên là tù na. I think it's really important that we understand this process because you, for example, may be like a husband that you're like in your early 30s or late 20s, who knows? And you may be like, you know what? I feel so detached from my wife lately. She cho she đau she gay thầu y của yo nè ní yo của tụi có chả cái đâu thành nông na yên she yo thầu yo lo yên mua kiến cả xiên kan chứ yên tờ chứ gì lo yên tờ ok tờ she ở nhà tờ she no tao li yên đủ no nhà của yo mua cho cái chi họ lo của lúc xưa lo li của tụi bên nhà lo ở đó chi ở mỏ yên nó sư lo của chi họ hãy lo lú cho của sư lo của chi họ nữa hãy lo lú cho của sư lo của chi của hai cái lo lú when you start to move that's like sometime you cho connect to lo more you cho na okay wali lo cho lo hay lo more you running cho na okay lo more you running cho lo li lu chia lun chu your name how your name single like name soulmates not they're trying to repair and shape you and merge with you for you to understand your partner and your best behavior, most pure intentions to align, balance, and get along, because yes, he may have his own and she may have her own, and so it's the process is going to be hard, and usually one may be very helpful and one may be not helpful, or one may really want a name and one may be like kuchkara, so then it makes it harder to, so because one is still really stuck to the normal routine, they just want to and be in denial and be like, you know what, no matter what, it's my wife's problem, it's not my problem. So if that's the case, then it's harder to combine. But your name is single now, okay? Okay? Your name more is single, nature your name single, your name single log behind do each own like nature the I feel like so it would be a better process for the name your nature your name more cái ba cái the lúc gì hạt tiền nó có ní bao khẩu knowledge hay thì ít thứ này nữa là sợ nên thì nó nữa những go through cho feeling nó nè dân là ít lo lòng câu này hay luôn chỉ trong cho nên là này ya tụi chính cái là này họ ba lu chơi thì ở trên đấy only của cho sư phụ lo lỡ là những cái của thì you chú ở trên đấy so cái cho xe chọn chữ nói cho ít khó chính chính chấp lời cho có you là ở cái tôi you lúc xe từ từ nè có you ở tôi you lúc xe từ từ cho nên có you chỉ là để you nhớ cái tôi ít thùng lỏ để chỉ cho nên có you nhớ tôi ít thùng rồi ít thùng lỏ thế là mà cho feeling like everything around you just can't affect you because you have to be at your best patience for the ones struggling to find themselves. And if you guys are both going through your own drift as rising, that so this kusa it's a very jing hang for you luneng sot na you tu ý chính na. So Kunji, a lot of clients do a lot or that more they may not tia going go through to king the tia you chisaka you learning pla a you chipo tia you dashino you know you chipo learning the yape show tia you shin they zao you both these symptoms not these signs not then maybe yoku highly not to nail so need change whatever resonates with you guys law you need start the whole name more something linda na okay then do ne lu shia kan dei sho Jane to king then Jane to tingle Lucia Lunju tell her process do you her process had you more your own emotion law lo yin ju more lo own emotion so you some more lo ve mo ja you sa had you know what no na go to tina nu to bên nó này chỉ to lên là ya ứng chỉ thả lên là chỉ bua kê lên là chỉ mua ra chỉ lên là chỉ luôn này là chỉ luôn bọn nó chỉ nó là chỉ cũng chỉ bỏ cái này cho nữa là ya bị số là cái số sản lên đó you can understand the process nó believe in each other and take it with the right mentors I truly feel that that is your best bet hơi ít giờ na khó cho share cho chữ na ya no move to the point where nhưng very much more harder to control na ya thầu nữ cho share trên chữ nữ chẳng ya mua cho phần nên lo cho cho nên anh lo one lo cho they're very paranormal they're very hybrid they're very psychic they're very clairaudient they're whatnot you tôi thích tin cái linh đó lo nó xuống nó thiết chữ bỏ thiết chữ feel thiết chữ you know like我知道就我 keep 一直好路把有去那去好着好路可可是了都我知道了领导呢给 you know it's really hard so it's really important as the jingle of whoever your jingle is that you have more itu you have a very severe case on your hand the ones that that do to zoning la chone more low, more dolo, more katolo, more telo, more taholo, more something in your body, even sometimes very critical, okay? Sometimes very critical to the point where you feel like you mock cancer, lo, you mock you like lin cha, lo, li do, lo, you know, like you mock a zin no na, you as to tingo na, so you ching na, lo, you to kill shia, oh yeah, li not you know maybe ko mun take ba cho le kho shame pa mo I kho ha tia yo pa to ko tin ga to kho tashna ne la to ne lu lu ye la na ye you yo chu pa to sha do yin she ho pa to sha ya yin okay so ye you mo I tu tin ga lin da la you pa chang ga ne to ke tia ga to ne tu mentor la ne tu sifu la someone that even chi han ne tia ka chi to ne tu sifu quite yeah look on into each that what Mika Hai is like-minded like her because Janning ain't go through her process nana they shy away from what I call the normies even if it's their circle of friends their closest people to them that they always confide in that though you are shy away from your own best friends, your own family, they may not do the college the discredit in any lower level because on a lot of people learning more like judgments and expectations of a person and when a person starts to change and is not that cool ass chick no more or is not that pata that goes out everywhere no more and is withdrawn back or whatever then they start to second guess and be like oh yo có thâu có chi khử nó rồi có chờ ở bên hú nó có chờ cho lỡ em có chi tới trong li nó lỡ có chi quan trọng nhiều là chi yêu chi mua tiền tao là chi sáng khi you là maybe là tu go through lời lu hồ lời lu khoa lời lu cho lu gì to feel to drift away là because why the universe pulls you away from people that will not understand your process and your journey, okay? So for that being said, sometimes they will tell them that they are doing fine, but inside they really are not, you know. And sometimes inside they would rather drift themselves away from their circle, not because they hate their circle, but because they're scared of what the reaction is, you know. And so just for the normies to understand and the families to understand and the ones going through it to understand, there is always a reason why people change. It's not because they are better than you or less than you. It's because they're going through their own crap, their own senses and their own things. And I can't make you see what I go through, and you can't make I see what you go through. But as long as we have that compassion and understanding, especially when we are the closest family and people to them, we should always try to support them through okay? So a lot of people probably talk about Hatia. Nhưng mỗi tuần trong nén lò lên năng nó thì I hope that this makes sense that you both you bỏ hỏi you feel that you to nén the nữ hong go through it's okay mà lì mà chào lên đó là you understand có lỡ make it easier for lỡ thia you to make it easier for lỡ you chỉ tao chỉ có you cho tu share thia that là nu maybe lỡ te quan nén cho chuyện lỡ họ sợ nén là maybe yeah you chỉ tao lo you more you lead the whole lo lúc này là hay nhân ra hay đơn ra nên còn nên cho tôi xia do hay cho sanh đầu thì chỉ hay cho sa hậu sinh cho sanh đầu hay tiệt giờ nên chỉ cho nên ôn nên you so nên you understand nên là you nên mua ít thu khóc qua họ nên lu immediate family that how you go through họ nó là còn nên họ mua xia ba lu thia you chỉ sa apply you tu nên you chỉ sa kusi you tu nên hay tiệt giờ nên lu nên giờ là nếu chỉ trong cái cố là lo cái you mua lu xia ba thương anh nữa nếu tu khen là nếu tu giờ nếu chỉ tao câu nè nếu chỉ tao lo nè cho one là cho nếu thia makes it a better process for everyone through this cho xia chọn chữ nữa. So that's the first point that I wanted to go across with you guys, that this Choshi Chonju, it's just immediate family too. I myself have gone through it, and I feel like anybody that comes into your circle to make sure that they are legit there for you for your own best interest and not to gain a profit or make you feel less of a person. So from the other side, okay? So that is what I truly want you guys to know. So you need to go through a situation that你好 feeling that你都真够，你啥的去摸，给去得到了，我现在 go through this process，我的去我些开了包，要有真够了，叫你冇见到有，做给贴是分贴给班的，个你要得到，还要有还跌有还知道了，有都知这里去干么里了。Now that you na you sad you the king had the you especially you be more being king hayan ya she ka sa you are save got the king lo got you sa save, you know, sometimes you got you sa save got the king, you have to keep your sanity alive in the physical way, some way, okay? So I wanted to just bring that first topic out to you guys. I really feel that that's really important for us to make known right now and in this day and age, that we will have to do that. We will have to really understand the process of the Choshia Chonju, your filter. Your whole circle, they're gonna filter your circle. They're gonna filter the friends that you have. They're gonna filter anyone that comes across your path to make sure that you are not gonna be off track with what you need to do to help and succeed in your path of spiritual. Once you pass that first stage of that filter, you will feel like you lost a lot of people. But that goes to my next topic, the process of losing people. You know, you will go through a time in your life when you will lose people, whether you are a physical type of pain zoning or whether you are a freaking crazy ass paranormal girl or guy, you will lose people. There any way of this shoning shayai, you will lose people, okay? You will always lose some, but you will gain a lot more if you are true to yourself. And then you can select from those few who you want as your few people, okay? So the process of losing people is, it's not that they don't love you, they don't believe in you. And sometimes maybe they don't, I'm gonna be honest. Some people don't have the time in the world. Nowadays, we always say to ourselves, like, if she ain't good, I ain't good. If he ain't good, I ain't good. We always do what we majority says. You give what you get, and you get what you give, right? And if they're not good to me, I'm not gonna be good to you. People don't have the time and day, and I'm not gonna lie, that's such honest truth too. People don't have the time and day to baby you. People don't have the time to understand you, and that is the hardest thing of this whole process. Is people do not have the time in the world to sit there and understand you, even your closest family and friends. So the best and most common assumptions that they come across will be the less burden for them. But understand that this is your journey, so you need to stay strong and intact. Whether they feel, see, and believe you, you got to stay intact and find it for yourself. The process of losing people involves very crucial pain of feeling like you're left out. You want them to see you, and you want to tell them how you truly feel and what you're going through, but you don't want to, because regardless, you're labeled as either a tờ nó tờ trong tờ hậu là những tờ chỉ tao li lỡ you hậu bia sẽ là những hậu chỉ tao li lỡ họ cho ít cho mà trong cũng là giờ hậu là những tao so họ cho tao liệu nó là you đi mua họ cái啥cái vừa cái paranoid cái how you look body you feel like you bought things that the eye can't see and the eye can't explain. And most people, they don't walk by faith, they walk by sight. So so then sometimes you mute yourself and shy away, and then you rather be labeled as the one that so the process of losing people involves all that too. But there's also a process of gaining people. So as you're going through this transition of losing people, you may be whatever. So even if you're just in the pain wise, the mental wise, the whatever wise, however your zoning is, it depends on how your zoning is, okay? It depends on how your zoning is, but if you're going to zoning, you have to type that, so then maybe, you know what, your test có hạt tía, có một mong mong ghen có cho họ lử, có tụt chi tung gỡ, bồi yo là tụ có, yo là sách hiểu có, yo là khử nhắc cần chia được có, yo là mò cho đàn tông cho mình nhỏ, lên nửa bờ trời yo là lú, yo sách hiểu có, lú khóc khoa yo có chỉ tàu kia lỡ. Lợi những your test then the then thought she got to think but strong enough to or lu to lu da lu on the what to name your kunya could see so yes, they're gonna test that, okay? They're gonna test, like, is your wife, is she gonna be open enough, pure enough, understanding enough to be the one that will be the only one working? If you are in pain, you can't work. What if you have like a disease? What if you have like you got to go to kidney now? You got to do this, you got to do that. And I'm not gonna lie, I've seen people that have all that, even cancer, and when they start and accept to do their gift, they get better. Okay, so it's a process. So what if you lose all that people? The process of gaining people is through the filter. So in the process and in the middle of the process, it's gonna feel like the hardest thing in your life. It's gonna be, sometimes you're so frustrated and you don't understand why, if it's supposed to just help people and make you feel better and be better, why is it like that? But when you look back at each process, as I do, I say, okay, you know what, then I don't know how to purify myself, think that way, think the other way. I wouldn't know how to so it's like, if I didn't have that even to this day, I still talk fast and I have a fast heart, it's okay. But but they really play and mold you and shape you through your filters. So if you are only biased and you are only understanding of what you go through, the process of these that I'm going to explain is going to be much more worse. I'm not gonna lie, much more worse, maybe for some, okay? Not for all. Some are very lucky too, so. But if you are more understanding and not biased, even if you haven't gone through it, you're open-minded, you are understanding to other people's, and you have empathy. If you've always been that kind of person that you're sensitive and empathetic, which a lot of you guys are empaths and very intuitive, so you understand and already feel in your heart and your soul what others are going through. A lot of the new risers in the modern days right now, and even our Gen Zs that are coming are more like that. They're very compassionate already. They're built with empathy, so then it's easier for them to grasp and understand the process, okay? But telling to the ones between 25, 26, 27 to 36, 37, 38, all the way to 45. If you're in that age range, I definitely feel like it is harder for you because we're still in a biased mind, a lot of us. And so then if it's something we haven't gone through, it's gonna be harder for us to comprehend and understand. So anyway, the process of gaining people, going back, sorry. So your people that is going to be meant for you to help you, even though they don't stick around for life, it's just like a life process. You have friends that stick around for 20 years and you have friends that stick around for 2-3 months, who knows? But the ones you meet for 2-3 months may be lifelong friends forever, and the ones that you know for 20 years will not make it with you. So it's just the process of everything. The process of gaining people in this spiritual journey is, do not be afraid to lose yourself and find yourself, and at the same time lose people and find people along the way that that will help you. Why I say this is they will help you understand yourself better. They may just have instantaneously walked into your life and you already feel like they have known everything about you because they don't judge you, and they feel and they finish your sentences, they complete your category of what you think. It's just a synchronicity, and that's how the universe and the signs of your Kuan sends you people like that. So if you're not an open person and you always say, oh, you know, I'm all about my family and my friends only, it's going to be harder for you to go through this process of gaining new people that are meant for you in the long run, because maybe your journey is to flex you and open you to meet people that are not just your circle, because help people. Now you have to be, you start to open to people, and people, your soul tribe is going to come and play, where what I say, and that is going to be for another episode, but your soul tribe is going to come, your soul family is going to come into your life, and they're going to help you build your soul, build your purpose, get to your path, help you stay on track. So you got to understand these 3 things before you truly find your mentor, yourself, and a master. I think there's many great masters out there. Everybody has their own expectations, rules, branches, and meaning that they have their rules with, but be open-minded. I'm not here to say no one's better, anyone's better, or whatnot. I'm saying you got to be open, and when you ask them for help, you truly believe in them, and they should truly believe in you. And me as a master to my students, I have to be honest that if I can help them, I would tell them. If I can't, I would refer them. We have to always know that as a master, you don't I don't know about others, but you can't just take on every case, and not every student can take everything that you learn from them too. Not, you know, as a student and even as a master, as a mentor, and even as a learner, we can't credit people and expect people to do and say what we go through. So we give the flexibility to your masters and mentors to teach you, and then have the capacity to understand that not everything resonates with you, okay? So I'm gonna make my session tonight about those 3 processes, 3 topics tonight, and then I will continue again with another session this week. This Saturday, I will come back on and continue. I'm gonna make it a little bit more twisty for the next one. I'm gonna talk about not the processes and whatnot anymore, but more extra spiritual stuff, maybe not so much related to spiritual. So you guys stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining in on this episode, second episode, and I will see you guys next time, okay? I hope you guys got a good insight from this, and please message me directly if you have any questions, and you guys have a great week. Thank you.